Okay, so I had a completely different video planned for today that is going to go up on Sunday now, but Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League is going to be killed. It's going to be turned off. The devs are done with the game, and who could have seen this coming, right? So Jason Schreier, one of the biggest leakers in the gaming sphere, and really just one of the most trusted sources when it comes to game development and how games are being made, what happened behind the scenes to the dev team or to the creatives, and really who is just on top of everything that he reports, released a detailed report about why Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League failed and how the devs knew it was going to all along. I'm not sure how many people are surprised by this and are even surprised by the fact that in this piece, it's pretty much confirmed that the devs are going to be shifted to something else. Honestly, I made a whole review about how disappointed I was with that game, which you can go watch. So I'm not going to really give my takes on it here. But really, this article highlights a lot of things that I personally think are very important. Not only does it kind of show just how mishandled this project was by Rocksteady and just Warner Brothers in general, but it also shows how Jamie and whoever Hill and Walker, whoever the creatives were that ended up leaving to form 100 Stars, how mishandled they took this process. In the piece, it highlights how Rocksteady would hire devs without telling them that they were working on a live service game, and then when people, rightfully so, were like, hey, this has nothing to do with my expertise, their questions wouldn't really get answered, so many of them would end up just leaving. Apparently, in the studio itself, there was this mindset of, why are our characters shooting guns? Which is something a lot of people in the overall gaming community had questions about. Like, why is someone named Captain Boomerang using an assault rifle? Why does King Shark have guns when he should just be melee? Apparently, the game originally was going to have more focus on melee combat that shifted towards this looter shooter feel. Apparently, there was an elaborate vehicle system with upgraded cars and bike traversal and all these other stuffs, but devs were wondering why it was even there, and eventually it was scrapped. Apparently, large chunks of the script were very much cut out and scrapped, which I personally said in my review for the game that I think that is what happened, because the story just makes little to no sense at all. There's no character development. There's no enjoyment. Like, it quite literally might be one of the worst scripted narratives I've ever touched. I'm going to put the piece in the description of this video because I really think it is important for all of us to read. It's from Bloomberg. It's by Jason Schreier. And really, the tagline of it is, after 7 years of tumultuous development, Warner Brothers took a $200 million loss on the Rocksteady game. And that, to me, is the biggest just highlighting factor of why these live service games continue to fail time in and time out. Is these studios, they see games like Destiny and Fortnite and League of Legends and Valorant just have this success, and they think that they can just do it because they think it's easy to do. And sure, it might be easy to build the game and build the assets and continuously update the game, but it's frustrating. You can't take a studio like Rocksteady, who's known for their single-player, story-driven games, and just completely switch them over to something completely different. It just makes no sense. It barely ever works out doing something like that. This is just a prime example. I just think it's so funny, too, because Warner Brothers had such a huge hit with Hogwarts Legacy. Even if you don't enjoy that game and you don't want to support it for whatever reasons you have, I respect your decision making. You're an adult, I'm an adult, I don't care. But that game, you can't deny, was majorly successful for Warner Brothers. It was the most selling game of 2023. It outsold games like Call of Duty. It sold more than 24 million copies, which is crazy, and it's still selling really well. And then they switched to make this, I just can't even fathom. It's funny because there was literally warning signs. I mean, when the gameplay was shown out, they took like a 9-month hiatus and delay because people were so upset at it. And then on top of that, you even had a game like Gotham Knights come out, and I know completely different studios, completely different styles, but under the same parent company. That game comes out and it bombs, and people don't really play it all that much, even though some people like it more than a lot of people like Suicide Squad, and I enjoyed that game as well. You can't deny that that game also was probably a failure in the eyes of Warner Brothers. It just makes me even more frustrated because we know that there was a Batman Beyond-esque game that Rocksteady had in their hands. They had another Batman game, and I know I've been on record on this channel saying I'm kind of sick of Batman games and I feel like other DC characters should get the limelight, and I still think that. It's just so frustrating because I would have taken that 10 or 15 times over this. And now the faith that I have in Hill and Walker and their studio at 100 stars is just dwindled. I really, after reading this piece, I mean, Hill and Walker just don't seem like great people to work under. And I'm honestly afraid for whatever game they're going to be making with Xbox. Xbox probably didn't know anything about this, or if so, they thought it was rumors. And now they're probably kicking themselves for signing a deal with 100 stars. One of the more interesting parts of this piece too is at the end, it says many of the studio's employees are now helping with a director's cut version of Hogwarts Legacy, which makes this even funnier because they had the warning signs right in front of them like, hey, maybe this is not a good thing, and now they're being ported over to work on the director's cut of the most successful game Warner Brothers has had in a very long time. That is fucking hilarious. I do feel bad for the devs here because this piece really shows how little they were really given, and they were very transparent. The team, before the game came out, they were doing all of these different blog posts and videos, and you could tell that they did have some passion for it, but I do genuinely feel bad for them that Hill and Walker and even the more higher up execs just really did not have their best interest at heart here, and I hope that they're able to bounce back from this game. But yeah, I mean, really, Rocksteady is being put back to single player games, which I think is a very good thing. And honestly, they're probably going to be unplugging Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League within the next year or so. I feel bad for the people who paid upwards of $90 for whatever edition of this game came out. I think the most expensive one was over $100. So really, if you're a Suicide Squad fan and you enjoyed this game, I feel bad for you because you're not going to be getting shit after they release all the characters. After they do that, the game's done. Like I said, I'm going to link it in the description down below. This was more of an emergency video. So my other video, which is a rant about how stupid I am, is going to go up on Sunday. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like on it. Subscribe for more content. I don't want to pat myself on the back because this is tragic for the dev teams, but I'm so fucking happy that I was internally right about this game closing because this game was just such a mess. Anyways, I'm going to go now. See you guys in the next video. I can't wait to see what Rocksteady does next, especially under good leadership.